They were a real persecuted church. And you can see some of that right now. You know what's going on in Nigeria, yes? You better. You better know what's going on in Nigeria. Christians actually being killed just because they are Christians and for no other reason. It's happening right now. And so, make no mistake, you can probably find a little bit of the circumstances of each of these churches and churches in this day and age as a whole. But especially in this time, the church was under heavy persecution. But note what God tells them to remember. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but what does he say? But thou art rich. Please. If I had to communicate the same message to you, I would say something to you. I don't care what financial situation you're in. If you have Jesus, you have everything. If you have Jesus, you have everything. It doesn't feel like everything. Well, then you need to put some of them horse things on your eyes and focus on Jesus then. Because I'm trying to tell you right now, if you have Jesus, you have it all. Right? You have it all. And his Father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. And I know that sounds like some old-fashioned saying, but they say it in the Bible, which is just a basic way of saying, and he has the means to provide everything you need. He has the means to provide it. Jesus, just because you are poor doesn't mean that Jesus doesn't have the power and the desire to give you the things you need even in this life. Okay? The idea of being blessed, do you know what the word blessed means in the Bible? Happy and prosperous. That's what it means. Two key definitions of it. Happy and prosperous. And before someone starts to freak out and think that, oh no, Brother Brian's about to preach a prosperity gospel and you're going to label me as something. I hate when people make labels for everything because they take good Bible words and twist them and mess them up. I'm not a prosperity gospel preacher, but I'm not anti-Christians being happy and prosperous because of the blessings of the Lord. I'm thankful that God blesses people. I'm thankful that God blesses obedience. I'm thankful that I can say, God, I'm going to seek your kingdom first, and then I will let you add these other things unto me. And then God does what? He adds the other things unto me. I'm thankful that God does that. I don't have to be poor all the time, but if I am, it doesn't matter because those are just physical, financial things. I know that if I have Jesus, I have everything. But it's hard to feel that way when the pressure's happening, right? It's hard to think about that. And I believe that's why Jesus even says to his messenger, let me remind you of something. I know your poverty, but you're actually rich. Remember that. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. They are the synagogue of Satan. That means they had people in there that thought, that claimed to have a version of godliness. And if they were Jewish, that implies that they also thought that they had all the answers and they were the original faith people and people should follow their example and all this sort of thing. But they're actually the synagogue of Satan because they were telling people that, hey, if you don't get circumcised, you're still lost. If you don't follow the Jewish law, then you're not saved and you're going straight to hell. That's a different gospel than the gospel that Jesus Christ taught. But he says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. What a scary thing for Jesus to say.